Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware. First, I would like to say thank you to everyone who comes by and supports my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. If you would like to email me with any suggestions, questions, or concerns, my email is always going to be in the description box below. Again, thank you for visiting my channel. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware, and I am back with another video. Now, in this video, I am going to be covering a case that came to me out of the Fairfax, Virginia area. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. It says middle school counselor accused of soliciting a minor for prostitution stays on the job more than a year and a half after. Wow. Okay. Let's jump into this, y'all. A Virginia school counselor kept working at his job for 20 months, almost 2 years, after he was arrested on charges of soliciting prostitution from a minor. Darren Thornton, age 50, was employed by the Fairfax County Public Schools when he was charged in an undercover chat operation in Chesterfield County in November of 2020. Wow. Okay, that's all I gotta say so far. Let's keep going. Court documents say Thornton set up a meeting for y'all know S-word favors or S-word encounter with an undercover officer who told him she was 17. The Richmond Times Dispatch said he was convicted on March 11th and sentenced to 5 years, the newspaper said, but the sentence was suspended pending good behavior. So I don't get that. I don't get when you have a predator, especially one who had a position, a job, a career working with children. I don't get why they get their sentences suspended. I'm going to have to look deeper into that, because not just with this case, with a lot of cases involving predators and people who prey on young children, I'm going to have to look into, because it doesn't seem like they get the time or the punishment that they deserve. Y'all know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Okay, so they said that they would suspend his 5-year sentence with good behavior, following the law and paying court costs. He also had to register as an S-word offender. Then Thornton was caught up again in another chat operation in June 2022, okay, and was charged with solicitation of prostitution and frequenting a bawdy place. One of 36 men arrested in that sting operation. He was one of 36. Wow. Those charges related to adults. Thornton told the newspaper that he was set up by law enforcement but didn't elaborate. Okay, hold on. So you mean to tell me that you, a grown man, having already been caught and convicted one other time back in November of 2020, then you get caught again in June of 2022 of the same darn thing in the same type of sting operation, and your only words or excuse or statements about the situation is the police set you up? Do y'all not see a problem? Because I do. One, it's almost like a lot of people are saying about these predators or these people who are attracted to underage children, or children rather, because if you're a child, you're underage. But anyways, it's almost like they cannot be rehabilitated, one. And then two, the fact that they let you off easy and you get caught the same exact way that they caught you the first time. It kind of reminds me of that show, Chris Hansen. Y'all remember that show? I don't remember if it came on A&E, the A&E channel, or like back in the day it was called Court TV. Now it's called True TV. I don't remember which one of those stations it used to come on, but it used to come on one of those channels, and I think you can catch a couple episodes right here on YouTube. But some of the predators will get caught up, and if y'all ever seen that show How to Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen, you know the whole setup is the same. They might move around from different cities and states, but the whole setup is the same. They lure the person in from a chat room. The person comes to the location. They come in the location, and then you have the decoy who's acting like a teenager. And they say, hey, come in and sit down. I'm going to either get us some drinks, or I'm going to go back to change my shirt, or I'm going to go back to do a load of laundry. They make all kind of excuses, and they dip off into the back, and Chris Hansen comes up front. Now, the reason why I'm bringing all that up is because I used to love watching that show and love watching them predators get caught up. And it was a couple episodes where the predator would come the first time, and then the second time, it's almost like, dude, you don't get that this is a setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get, you still, basically what I'm trying to say is like these people have some type of toxic hunger for children, and they just cannot be rehabilitated, one. And then two, for him to say that, oh, the police set me up. Nah, ain't nobody set you up. That's just like, you know, and I hate to compare something so serious to something so mediocre as my diet, but I ain't got nothing else to compare it to right now, and that's the only thing that I can think of. But y'all, I had a strong addiction. I don't know if y'all have a Grater's ice cream restaurant in y'all location, but Grater's got some fire butter pecan ice cream, okay? And I was truly addicted. So, for example, if I am at Grater's or whatever, and say, for example, my doctor told me, Candace, cut that ice cream out if you want to drop these few extra stubborn pounds, right? I know that, one, like, no matter if it's like an empty carton of Grater's ice cream, or if it's like a full carton, say both these cartons are sitting, you got a fraud carton and you got a real full carton of Grater's ice cream sitting in the refrigerator. I'm going to go for both of them because I think that they both are the same thing. I think they're both Grater's ice cream. So let's compare that to this predator. This predator did not know that he was talking to an undercover agent, but because the undercover agent was pretending to be a 17-year-old and he was believing she was a 17-year-old, he still went for it. That's not a setup. That's exposing that this man has a problem, okay? That is exposing that, hey, had this undercover cop been a real 17-year-old child, and you're on the internet soliciting a minor, and you had it like to where you could lure her somewhere, you gonna go for it. You're going to jump. You gonna hop on that sick opportunity to harm this child. And people like this, y'all see what he said? Hey, law enforcement set me up. It's no accountability in that. It's no amount of acknowledgement and saying, hey, I was wrong. I have an issue. I need to seek help. He didn't do any of that, y'all. He just blamed other people. Oh, they set me up. No, they're exposing to you that you have a problem. Again, with my Grater's ice cream example, if I went to Grater's right now and it was somebody playing a dirty trick on me, and they had an empty pint of butter pecan and they had a full pint, and they said, hey, I want to sell you some ice cream, and I go for the empty one thinking it's full, that's not their problem, that's mine, because it's exposing to me, hey, you have a problem with junk food, okay? Because no matter what, you still gonna jump, you still gonna go for this junk food, and you know you should not be eating this stuff because it's unhealthy. Same with this man, okay? Yeah, he can't see that, and he sees everybody else as the problem. Okay, a lot of these people, these sickos like this, have that same mental complex where they don't take accountability and they don't acknowledge that they have a problem, or they'll try to talk around, or they'll try to make it seem like their problem is normal. Because children of that age range, 15, 16, 17, oh, well, they hit puberty and they look like grown adults, you know what I'm saying? But it's already been studies that came out, and a lot of people have been talking about it, especially since the R. Kelly documentary dropped, about how the brain, that part of reason, is not fully developed in teenagers, and it doesn't develop until they're 25. So even though this human being, they have the body parts and the hair and the muscles and, you know, the shape of men and women, they are still children, okay? And these predators know that, okay? They know that these people are still children or whatever, and that's exactly why they prey on them, because they are easily manipulated, and a child cannot see those subtle red flags like a grown-up can, okay? That's exactly why they do it, okay? So let me keep going. So it says, and yet last month, when the Times Dispatch contacted the school district spokeswoman, Julie Molt, said Thornton was still on the payroll. Okay. They said last month when they contacted the school's spokesperson, Thornton, the predator, was still on the payroll. This is after the arrest in November 2020. This is after the June 2022 arrest. This predator is still on a school payroll. He's still hired in and got a job and is around everybody's very young children, very young and vulnerable children. That is a problem. I wonder why schools don't run background checks I think they should be every 90 days. When I looked up on the local Fairfax, Virginia news media, their pages, their social media pages, a lot of the parents were calling for yearly annual background checks. And I was surprised because I was like, man, they should already have yearly or annual background checks in place. You mean to tell me they're not even doing them yearly? They're just doing the background checks when these people getting hired on? Crazy, and the children are the ones paying the cost for this. One, and then two, I was reading, I was like, wow. The parents are being very lenient. They only want yearly background checks. I said every 3 damn months. That's as lenient as I could get. I would push for every month. They need to be running your shit, and checking and making sure you ain't caught up in nothing. That's only half the battle, because y'all know some people still do illegal activities and they get away with it because they haven't been caught. You know what I'm saying? So you have the people who get caught, and then you have people who haven't been caught yet. So running their background is only half the battle. I still feel like they should do more than that. What about a social or a psychological eval, when they get in these jobs? Why don't you have somebody who skilled and has worked with predators for many years and know how to pick up those subtle red flags in school officials before just giving them the jobs? I don't know. It's just a couple ideas that I have, But anyways, let me keep going. So again, they said he was still on the payroll. His staff page on the school district's website was finally deleted on July 28th. School Superintendent Michelle Reed, who started her position on July 1st, after both of his arrests, sent a message to families on Thursday saying Fairfax County took immediate steps to dismiss the employee as soon as she and this board knew of the situation. She also said that she had set in motion an independent investigation. Hopefully she really doing this and this ain't a PR statement. Hopefully. There is no higher priority than the safety of our students, and on behalf of the school board and myself, I want to make this very clear. This entire situation is unacceptable from any perspective, Reed said. We are deeply concerned about how this happened in one of our schools. That's the problem, when the head of a situation don't know how something went down. And I know when she said that, she's probably saying it from a standpoint of like, we're innocent and we didn't see what was going on. A lot of times when people make statements like that, they don't realize that you trying to use that statement as an excuse, you sound negligent. To me, as a mother and as a medical person, you sound negligent because you're the head of the operation and you don't know what the fuck is going on down at these schoolhouses. You see what I'm saying? That is a problem, y'all. And she's saying it like it's an excuse in her statement. Like she said, we are deeply concerned about how this happened in one of our schools. How don't you know how this happened? Y'all need to be getting together and having conferences and sitting down and figuring out how y'all could be more strict with your hiring process. Because when she said that, if she had said this in a board meeting or something, or a local meeting where the parents and stuff can come up and ask questions and voice their concerns, that'll be the first damn thing I would grill her ass on, because that don't make you look innocent to me. It make you look negligent. And my child is up here at this schoolhouse trying to learn to get an education, and she got to worry about, some predator. That's a problem, y'all. But anyways, let me keep going. I want to assure you that we are doing everything possible so this cannot happen again. You better be. Let me keep going. I am committed to keeping you updated on this issue. According to WUSA, Reed also said she was petitioning the state to revoke Thornton's license. Good. WUSA said that Thornton worked as a counselor at Glasgow Middle School. So he got caught up with the undercover cop who was pretending to be 17. Middle school age, nowadays, it could go from 11 to about 14. So that means those children were at high risk for being abused, for being harmed. Because this fool was going, he'll go for a 17-year-old. Do y'all really think he wouldn't go for 11 to 14? Come on now. Chesterfield County Police said they notified Fairfax County of Thornton's arrest the day after his November 2020 arrest, and again the day after his June 2022 arrest, as required by Virginia law. So the police, and so many words, if I could break this down in hood terms, the police saying, because y'all know the superintendent was like, I don't know how this happened in one of our schools. The police is like, bullshit. You probably wasn't hired in at the time that this happened. It was probably somebody else, because y'all know the article also said that she got hired in July 1st. But the police is clearing their asses. They like, you know what? This is all on the schoolhouse because we told you motherfuckers, not only after the first arrest, but after the second arrest, that he was a sicko. We didn't tell y'all. We didn't wait no week. We didn't wait 5 to 10 business days. We told y'all exactly 24 hours after we arrested this man that he was a high risk for abusing students, because he done been caught up in these things. So it's no reason for this man to have still been on y'all payroll. You see what I'm saying? So the police department basically CYA covering their own ass. They saying, y'all, it wasn't us. We did our job and we did it correctly. We caught him. We set the trap. We caught the predator. We caught the wolf in sheep's clothing, in other words. And y'all faulty, because he not only got caught up once, but got caught up twice and went undetected with a whole full record, and they had to register as an S-word offender and still had his job down there at the schoolhouse, at the middle school. Y'all think about that. Think about that when you're sending your babies off to school. It ain't just the school people who, you know, those little, I gotta speak in coded terms because of YouTube, y'all, but y'all know these people who going up here getting these big army weapons and you know, going up here and popping the kids. You ain't just got to worry about them. You got to worry about these people that's hired on the staff as well. The ones who smile in your sons and daughters' face, act like they your friends, or that they look undercover predators. That's why I be teaching my kids the subtle signs or whatever. I'm glad I homeschool one of them. The other one, she's more of a social child, and I be on they ass like white on rice. But anyways, let's keep going. So Thornton registered as an S-word offender after his June arrest. Okay, so the school still knew. The school still had the opportunity to know, rather, because he had to register not after the first arrest, but after the second one. WUSA reported giving self-employed as his work. So when he registered as an S-word offender, he put self-employed. He was trying to cover up that, oh, I work down here at the schoolhouse as well. But again, had they did a simple background check, his stuff would have still popped up. Even if he did put something else for the occupation, a S-word offender registration, that as well still would have popped up. He is due back in court on September 27th. So that's the end of that article. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all feel about that, what y'all think about that. I feel like some of these school systems, they give too many excuses and not enough resolutions. It's too many people out here working very important positions, whether you work the medical field, law enforcement, down at the schoolhouse with the children. There's too many people out here in important positions who don't want to like go the extra mile, work in integrity, and do the right thing. They want to be lazy. They want to give them excuses as to why they should not do the right thing, and that's got to stop. You know, it could have been more than just a decoy God, I just thank God that the decoy was the one who caught him up, not once and twice, but twice, and not somebody's actual child who had to, be affected by that and carry that trauma all throughout his or her life, But we have to do a better job, not only as the school officials or medical staff or people who work in law enforcement, but also as parents, talk to the children, make sure we going up to the school regularly and checking on the children. Make sure that when the school officials see us, they know who we is off gate. Okay, y'all get in the comment section down below. Let me know what y'all feel, what y'all think about this case. This is Candace Yvette. I am going to be signing off, but before I go, remember what I always tell y'all: be safe, be alert, and be aware.
Hey you all, Sunday morning about maybe 1 a.m. in the morning in East St. Louis, Illinois, my two grandbabies were shot. One was grazed by the bullet and the other one was shot in the head. So he did not make it. He was 3 years old. Guys, guns don't kill. It's the peoples with the guns. We are losing our babies. So someone out there knows something. You know something. This got to be eating your conscience up. To kill a 3-year-old baby, I mean, this is unacceptable. So guys, if you know something, you seen something, you heard something, you could private message me. You could call me. It doesn't matter. If you know something, it was in East St. Louis around 1 a.m. in the morning. They was heading home